Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, thank you for coming back and checking out the channel. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome. If you've been here before and you get my notifications, you know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button, all that great stuff. But I'm not going to hold you guys long today. Today, I'm just going to get right to it. Now, my niche is my niche is career counseling. I like to talk to people about how to interview, what not to say in an interview, how to negotiate your salary, should I give a 2-week notice or not? So that's the career side of what I do here on the channel. But there's also a financial piece to what I do as well. I also help clients get out of debt. I help clients prepare for retirement. I help clients in real estate, etc. So there are a couple different things that I do and discuss here on this channel. And just to really share it with you, I just believe that if I have information and I can share with people, why not share it? You know, I would expect you to do the same thing for anyone else if you have information. So today what I'm going to talk to you about is a vehicle. It's very boring. It's not exciting. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it's what a lot of multimillionaires use to not just create their wealth, but also sustain their wealth. It's not real estate. It's not putting your money in a bank. Okay, it's not the stock market, and it definitely ain't your 401k. All right, it actually is life insurance. But not the same life insurance you're used to buying from your cousin, friend, or whatever. You know, this is a properly structured cash value life insurance that's designed with cash value in mind, right? And out of, let's say, 100,000 agents, less than 1% actually are aware and even know how to design a product like this, right? Very simple product to design, but a lot of people they don't know, they don't know about it. Another reason why this isn't as popular with a lot of agents, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, is because they don't make a lot of money when they sell this type of product, meaning when they design an insurance policy this way, their commissions are usually cut to maybe a third of what they would get on a standard policy, we'll call it, right? But moving on, what I want to talk to you guys today about is this. You know, people are talking about saving for retirement and trying to put money away, and they put them in these different vehicles. The easiest vehicle to put your money in if you're working at a job, working for someone, is what? A 401k. It's easy. You don't got to think about it. They make it really easy for you to sign up, and you have a certain amount you can put up. Then maybe sometimes they'll match it for you if you put a certain amount up, etc. So easy peasy. You save, automatically save. You don't have to worry about looking at it, touching it. You just know that you're paying a certain amount every month or every 2 weeks, and it's going towards a savings for you, right? Same thing with some of you guys who don't use 401ks. You use your savings account. You have a certain amount of money come out of your check, and it goes right to your savings account. Don't got to think about it. I get it. These ways of doing things are just very cookie cutter, right? And it's what the masses do, right? Meaning if you have 1 million people, at least 900,000 of them are doing the same thing, what I just mentioned to you, right? But what I want you to do is I like to challenge my clients to kind of not even think outside the box, but look at other ways to not just save money, but also at the same time have that same money work for you to create more money in different vehicles, right? So I'm not going to touch on it too much right now because I've done it in other videos, and you can check out my 401k videos. But if you do your research on an actual 401k, what it was meant for when it was created, it was never meant to be a single vehicle to retirement. It was never meant to be that all end all to retirement. I can't tell you how many people are so surprised when I say that to them. And they're like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, go look it up. See, when their 401k was initially brought to market, it was supposed to be just part of a three-headed monster, meaning you had your pension, you were going to have Social Security, and then you would have this 401k. So based on these three payouts, that would help you stay close to pretty much what you're earning, in your prime earning years, as an employee, right? I think that number is maybe around 80% of what you were earning as a full-time employee. Not a bad deal, not a bad deal. But what happened was this. You may know what happened. Once this 401k started to roll out, and it was going well for a while, the three-headed monster. I have a few older clients that are still under that three-headed monster, you know, and because, you know, their companies still have the pension. They don't offer anymore to new employees, but if you were under the pension when you started working 45 years ago, they still honor that. And then on top of that, you know, you have a 401k. So we're talking about baby boomers now. Those are the individuals who probably are still benefiting from that if their companies did not dissolve the pension totally. Some of them still honor the pension if you were already in. But what I'm saying is this, look. So you were supposed to have a three-headed monster. A couple of years, companies, they adhered to that. Then what happened was companies saw that, well, we don't really have to keep putting money into this pension. If we could just push everything to the 401k and tell our employees that, hey, you contribute a certain amount, we'll match it. You know, and then that just sounds so crazy, so nice and so cool on paper. Oh, we'll match it if you do this. We'll match up to this percentage, and you'll be vested or after a certain amount of time. And it sounds cool on paper. So companies started to see, well, we don't have to keep spending that money. We can just get rid of our pension and only have the 401k. We save so much money in taxes now, and we're not on the hook for money anymore. So that's why you now only have the Social Security and 401k. And if you believe that a 401k is a total solution to your retirement, you wait till you retire in whatever your retirement time is. It's sad. It's sad, you know. So I just want you guys to understand that a 401k, you're putting the money in pre-tax, meaning they're not taxing your check, right? But do you really think that the government is not going to ever call you on those taxes? So what the government is saying when you do everything pre-tax, let's say right now you're 35, 40 years old. You've been paying into your 401k since you were, let's say, 25. Paying in pre-tax, pre-tax, pre-tax. Markets goes up and down, up and down, up and down, right? And if you're looking at today's time, we're in, what's this, October 5th. Yeah, October 5th. The market really got hit with the pandemic that we all went through, but it's starting to bounce back up and it's trying to recover. So if you look at what you're investing over the years in your 401k, pre-tax, 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 35. Now, at 65, you're ready to retire. At 59 and a half, you can take money from your 401k without, you know, a penalty. Now, what I mean is being pre-tax. You're still going to pay the state and federal taxes, but you're not just getting a 10% penalty, all right? So now let's fast forward. You're 65, and actually you say, well, I don't need the money now. I'm going to wait till I'm, it used to be, 70 and a half. I think they moved it to 71 now, where you can take the money before, you know, before being taxed on it. You know, there's a disbursement period that it was 70 and a half, but they moved it now, I think, to 71 or 72 before they make you take money and tax you anyway. So how does that sound? You may say, well, I don't want my disbursement just on my 401k. So you may fall back and say, I can just live off. Maybe you got some other stuff going on. But if you haven't taken that money the old way at 70 and a half, they make you take it, they tax you 50%. That's crazy. So how's the government trying to help you by making you take your money, right? So getting back to my point real quick here. So let's say you're working as you're 35, 40 years old, now at 65 years old, you're ready to start taking disbursements from your 401k. Quick question. Do you think that taxes are going to be higher later than they are now, or you think they're going to remain the same? Like, do you think tax rate we at right now, let's say, is 25%? Do you think the taxes are going to be higher than 25% by the time you turn 65, or are they going to be lower? If you said higher, pat yourself on the back, right? They're going to be higher. So now, since the government has been putting off taxing you, they've been giving your money tax free. Yeah, pre-tax, 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 pre-tax. all those payments you made were all pre-tax. So now they want their money. So now, at 65, you're ready to take some disbursements, and you're about to be taxed at the higher rate than what you would have been taxed at by doing it earlier. So they're gonna make money. So what sounds good in the beginning is, it's pre-tax. We don't want the money right now. Don't worry, we're not gonna tax you right now. Sounds good in the beginning, but they made money in the end. They made more money. They flipped that money in the end. Right? So how does that make sense? And what if your gains have been up, and then by the time you retire, they're down? They don't care. They're still taking that money based on what you put in at that new tax rate. Has nothing to do with how much money you didn't make. They're going to get theirs. So I want you guys to think. Just think about that. Is that really a good vehicle to have your money in? Your money you're talking about living off of when you get into your golden years. Now, I'm not telling you to not have a 401k. There's a strategy to a 401k. I really believe that you should contribute the least amount you can to the point where the company is still matching. If your company doesn't provide a match, you probably should be in another vehicle, and you need to hit the link below. I got a masterclass, a webinar down there. Check the webinar out. Talks about getting out of debt in 9 years or less. But most importantly, we're going to show you another vehicle to put your money in. It's going to be safe. You're not going to have to worry about the government coming and touching it. You're not going to worry about against lawsuits. Yes, it's life insurance. Check out the webinar. This is what you're doing by having your money in a 401k. All right, and then I'm gonna let you guys sit on that to the next episode. This is what you're doing with the 401k. So imagine this. Imagine I come to you and I say, hey, we're gonna go into business together. You're gonna put up all the money, all right? You're gonna take all the risk in the business. You're gonna make all the decisions in the business. And at the end of 30 years, I'm gonna tell you how much money you owe me. But yet we're going into business together. I'm gonna say it again. You and I are gonna go into business together. You're gonna take all the risk. You're gonna put up all the money. And in 30 years, I'll tell you how much my share is. That's what you're doing with a 401k. That's what the government's telling you. You're gonna put all the money, meaning your paychecks. You're gonna make the contributions. You're gonna take all the risk, meaning the stock market here and there, right? You're gonna make all the decisions, meaning you're gonna decide if you wanna take your money out the market or move it to this fund. But then in 30 years when you retire, now here comes the government telling you, this is how much you owe me. Because you don't know what the tax rate's gonna be in 30 years. You have no way of knowing, right? So I just want you guys to think about that. And if you have more questions and you wanna talk about setting up a properly structured tax-free retirement account, hit the link below. First, check out the webinar. It talks about getting out of debt in 9 years or less. Now, if you're not looking to get out of debt, it doesn't matter. Watch the video. It just shows you how life insurance allows you to use your money more than one time, the same dollar more than one time, how banks use their money. So check that out, and then I want you to reach out to me. Shoot me an email. You can shoot me an email to info, I-N-F-O, at KezonMcNeill.com. That's KezonMcNeill.com. And we can talk about your strategy and looking at your current situation and figuring out what works best for you, okay? I have agents in pretty much all the parts of the United States, so it doesn't matter where you are, I can definitely help you. I'm only really looking to work with individuals that are committed, to really making an impact and making a change in their financial situation, period. So if you're more closed-minded and you don't really aren't serious about being serious right now, don't call me yet. Wait till you're serious about being serious, so that way we don't waste each other's time, right? Guys, I just want to give you guys a little insight on 401ks, man, and why that may not be the only vehicle you need to be in. And then also, I hope you understand now, Google it, don't take my word for it, that a 401k was never meant to be the total solution to retirement, all right? So remember, guys, I want you to hit the like button down here. I want you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please comment, give me some feedback. Let me know what you feel like, what you feel about the 401k, and how you feel if it's been a positive experience for you. Also interested in hearing comments from individuals who've had a 401k over 30 years. How close are you to $1 million? I'm just curious. I want to know where you are as it stands with accumulating at least $1 million in your 401k, realistically. But other than that, man, I'll see you guys on the next episode. As always, run your race.